clean them up.
When they throw the Molotov cocktails into the house, and then it flashes to Prop Joe lighting up a cigar with a flame. Like it's one of the most.
I never put that together. That's crazy.
It is one of the most beautiful transitions.
Wiretapped Truths. I can't even sound like the Charlemagne God thing.
Godspeed to all y'all for the rest of the show. Make sure everybody like, subscribe, and share, and all that. Man, we need to keep Wire alive, man. Keep it alive.
Please like, subscribe, and share Wiretapped Truths.
So please subscribe, share.
Like, share, subscribe, retweet, whatever you got to do. Get this platform out there. Wiretapped Truths.
Instagram pages. So my people can go ahead and look at it and like.
Please like, share, and subscribe to Wiretapped Truths.
That's it. Thank you.
Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. I'm Jesse Perez, joined by Mr. Wiretapped Truths Leland, our resident comedian Jack Simmons.
Yo.
We got a lot of good feedback from our character analysis episode of Preston Bodie.
You had to call out his government.
I didn't. Yeah, right. I mean, I thought I forgot the last name for a second. Brodus, right? Brodus.
You know what's funny? We never. I think did I mention this? Just realized we never find out why he's named Bodie or where that. I think we said that, but yeah, I realized that that's just his name. Or maybe they did mention. I don't know though. I don't know where it comes from or what it means or anything.
Who knows where nicknames come from? We had a friend called Bigums, and it started off as a joke because he was chubby, and somebody was like, "Oh, you big Bigums." He was like, "Yo, Bigums." Whatchamacallit?
Leighton Bigums.
Shout out Bigums. He's a principal now, actually.
Oh wow, Principal Bigums.
Yeah, Principal Bigums. I'm gonna text.
That's gonna be his name on his desk.
So I know Jack's uncle is shooting his last episode today. Uncle Steve is shooting his last episode today. You wanted to shout him out?
Yeah, dude. This episode is dedicated to Stephen Colbert. I love Stephen Colbert. Actually, so let me give you a little backstory. You know, I'm a comedian, right? And I remember when I was 12 years old, whatever, I was staying up late watching TV. I used to watch Comedy Central, old Mad TV reruns and shit. Anyway, I didn't know what the Colbert Report was, but when I watched it, I was like, this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was just an exaggerated version of Bill O'Reilly, but everything was said sarcastically. And I thought it was genius. Then him and Jon Stewart, I watched them for years. And they were really the first people that ever inspired me to get into comedy. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And he's hilarious.
That's funny
man.
too, because you don't do political comedy.
No, not necessarily, but I mean, I got into, I just don't think I'm good at political comedy. I don't think I would be good. That's just not where I gravitate towards. I appreciate. I just don't think I could do that. But just in terms of comedy writing, they were the people that really inspired me, and I think they're genius. Colbert, I have his book right here that I bought when I was 13 from his show, and so I was really happy when he got the Late Show and everything, and then I ended up seeing him live a couple years ago with some college friends, and it sucks that his show is forced to be canceled. Fuck you, CBS. But I think he's got great stuff in store for him. He's probably going to do a bunch of cool stuff in the future, so I'm excited to see that. So kudos to you, Stephen Colbert.
Nice.
And sure.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen Colbert. It's funny, man, because I don't, and when people signing off on their last episode for regular TV, it's so weird to me. I don't watch regular TV. I stream stuff. Everything's streaming now for me.
Right. And I think that's part of the thing is that especially with network television. And I haven't seen his show that much, because it's like you said, I don't have cable or anything, but I'll watch his stuff sometimes, like on YouTube, and I'll watch his stuff often, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the thing. He's probably gonna get a deal with Netflix or start a podcast, which is what Conan O'Brien did.
All right.
Yeah, so who knows,
So
man?
nice. All right. Well,
And
this
also go
episode,
Knicks. The
yeah,
Knicks
for
are in
real,
the
for real.
semifinals. We can't not
What?
mention them.
22-point comeback in 7 minutes? That's unheard of.
That was crazy.
So today's episode is an episode on the most iconic character I think of The Wire, the most famous,
For sure.
Omar Little. You know, well, go ahead, Leland. I'll let you take the lead. You lead us on these character
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah, no pressure, bro. We went back and forth for a minute about who we wanted to do next. I wanted to really go left field for some reason and do Stan Valchek. I don't know what the fuck or where the fuck that thought in my mind came from, but I'm glad we're doing Omar.
Yeah.
By far the most legendary character in The Wire. I don't think it's close, actually. Just in terms of impact on screen, impact off screen, some of the barriers he broke in The Wire. He's probably single-handedly the character that represents The Wire. If you pick one person, it's like, oh yeah, Omar. So
Yeah.
Glad to be doing this. It's gonna be phenomenal.
Omar, right? So, like, when we get introduced to him, right? We get introduced to him already spying on the stash house.
Yep.
And then when they rob the stash house, he's just so cool already, right? And with the buckshot on the leg, and then wear that shorty, right?
Yeah.
And then
and it's one of the few times we hear him curse too. He like, this
Yeah.
some raggedy shit here, boy. Very sloppy.
That's
that
funny
the
that he
only
had a
time?
problem with cursing. That was always funny to me. Is like out of all the things, like he just shoots people, but he has like a strict like he gets really put off by cursing.
Don't say fuck
Because
around
it's
me.
kind of
Okay?
it's kind of like when Will Smith used to rap when he was younger. He didn't want he
ain't cursed.
he didn't curse on his records because
Yeah,
it's
but
kinda
Will Smith didn't shoot random people though. Like,
Different.
we don't know. He grew up in West Philly.
fair.
Whatchamacallit?
He got into all trouble on the school on the when he was playing
On the
outside of school.
Yeah. Will Smith, who actually plays a gay character early in his career, too. On what's the name of that movie?
Where the Day Takes You, right?
No. He plays like a con artist. Freak. I gotta get the name of it. It's a good movie though.
Sure.
A young Will Smith.
6 Degrees of Separation.
Is that what it is? I
Where he's
was
like-
gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
He has like the 2 older people that kind of like adopt him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stockard. Yeah. Donald Sutherland. That was a good movie.
Yeah, 6 degrees of separation. So we get introduced to Omar, and he already comes off as badass, right? And we find out he's gay very early on. He's with his boyfriend, and Lance is kind of like looking like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to sleep here tonight."
Yeah.
he's like, "You want to sleep here?" And he's already tells him, hook up the lady with the drugs, and like touches the baby's cheek. So there's something like gentle about him, and we already know that he gives back to his neighborhood, right?
Mhm.
Whether it be encouraging the drug use, whatever. But he steals from the bad and gives to the good, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
And
you're right. Like he's their own Robin Hood. Yeah.
he's
Yep.
the Robin Hood, right?
And that's what Stringer deemed him as when he was talking to Avon.
Right.
When they were watching the kid play basketball before the game, and they were up high in the looks like in the little skybox section, and Stringer was like, "Yeah, you know what he does? He just steals from drug dealers and gives it to the community on some real Robin Hood type shit." Right? So,
Yeah. So there's a little inconsistency also on Weebay's like Omar, and then all of a sudden everybody knows Omar is a legend. That's a little weird, but it is what it is. Because I think he's only
and I
supposed to
think
be
we
like-
talked about that, y'all. Like when
Yeah, we were,
Weebay
yeah.
acknowledges him, is he saying Omar like who the fuck is Omar, or is he saying Omar like oh shit Omar? No, no.
He to me.
I always
he
thought it was
plays
the second one.
To me, he plays it as who's Omar. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too.
Because he was only supposed to be on a few episodes.
Right.
I think. But he was so good that
Omar,
they
yeah.
extended. So it's possible that they wanted to make a quick introduction, and then after they were like, no, this is our character. They kind of me and Leland talked about that. Like they kind of like early on in the season, pilot episodes especially are notorious for it, where
Mhm.
they'll introduce a character one way and then change like some of the characteristics.
Oh, for
Like
sure. Like Seinfeld, they didn't even have Elaine in the first episode.
Damn.
and Big Bang Theory,
They're like, we need a
Sheldon
woman. They can't have just. Sorry,
in the
go ahead,
pilot
Jesse.
episode. No, in the pilot episode of Big Bang Theory, you watch Big Bang, right?
I never seen Big Bang.
You never saw Big Bang? Oh, I thought
Nah.
that
Well, I
was.
think I've seen it. Like, I don't think I've watched it, but I think I've caught it on TV before.
People love that damn show too.
I like it. So they
I
kind of
like
said
Kaylee Cuoco.
right. Shit. They make it like a in the pilot episode. They make it like a line about Sheldon masturbating, but then the rest of the show plays off like Sheldon's asexual for the most part. So it's
Okay.
kind of so they always do that stuff like that with pilot episodes because
Yeah.
the pilot we talked about this. Pilot episodes are usually shot like a year or two before the show's
Right.
actually picked up. So early on too, they might change. They make changes. Steve Urkel was only supposed to be on for a few episodes, but all right. So
You know what?
my
Can I just bring this up? Because that when you brought up Urkel, I was going to make that point too, in the fact that there's only a few characters. There are a few. I was thinking about this the other day. Supporting characters who become the most popular character on the show and the iconic character from the show. And there's only like a few examples from dramas. The main one I was thinking was Homelander and The Boys. But in terms of like comedies, there's a lot. Like Urkel, like you said, he wasn't really supposed to be on there, but he became the most popular character on the show to the point where everyone literally thought the show was called Urkel for the
Right.
longest time. And there's like Fonzie on Happy Days, but yeah, Omar for The Wire, he was a supporting character, but when people think of the show, they think of him.
Man,
But
what?
anyway, go on, Jesse. Sorry, I wanted to get that out.
Yeah. So he was supposed to be on for a few episodes, and then people liked him, so they kept him on more, and thank God they did. And then we kind of get told how dangerous Omar is, right? The one of the first lines is Brendan, you're him, right? You're danger, right? And there's something he whistles like the farmer in the dell. It's like, who is this guy? He refers to himself in the third
He's
person.
different.
He doesn't like, oh, what I was gonna say about cursing. So Omar strikes me as an intelligent person.
Mhm.
And when I was younger, like my friend's mom was like, why do you have to use language like that? Can't you find a more intelligent way to express yourself? And it made me feel mad dumb. And then I think I think that's kind of Omar's outlook on it. Like,
But it's almost like he sees the best in people in a way, which makes it almost different. Like he sees the potential and he wants people to be better, and like he truly has this odd code that makes him like part of the game, but also not part of it.
Yeah, like it's so strange when you break down Omar because, and in the groups that we're in, you see a lot of, oh, Randy was a snitch, he deserved what he got, or D'Angelo snitch, or whatever, but
Mhm.
you never see anybody address Omar, or rarely, I shouldn't say ever. You rarely hear anybody attach the
there's
snitch.
a couple people out there that would.
It's some, but it's more not than it is
Mhm.
people addressing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for him, he actually went into a court of law and testified. Like I mean, like a real deal. But he's so badass. His character is so impactful. You don't associate the hate with Omar for him being a rat the same
Right.
way that people do. Like Wallace, they're like, oh yeah, no, Bodie and them should have killed this 16-year-old kid. He was snitching.
Mhm.
You don't hear that about Omar kind of thing. Like, we love him so much. His character was so impactful in every season 2. He had a few moments, but like seasons 1, 3, 4, and 5, yeah, he was all over. He was all over the screen in seasons 1, 3, 4, and 5. Like he was all over the fucking screen in those seasons, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Well, the
season
first.
season 2, he definitely has moments. He has.
he's got a few. Yeah, he's got a few. But when you talk about historic Omar moments, season 1, he's got a few. Season 2, he's got the courthouse.
I was gonna say season 2 might have the most historic.
Yeah, the courthouse. But
Well,
season 3,
Yeah.
We're talking legendary like moments. In season 4, season 5, same thing. Like he's really, really, really impactful. Season 2, I won't say you can tell the season 2 story without Omar, but he's not as active in terms of the importance to the story in season 2.
Yeah, I feel like season 2's like I think people just mainly associate with the dock workers. They kind of Omar and the Barksdales, they all kind of take a back seat. But like that court scene, I think why like Omar is different. It's like, what do they say? He was playing 4D chess because it's like he's thinking long terms of in terms of like I'm gonna get Bird thrown in jail. And it's like it's not because like I'm afraid of. He's just like no, it's gonna be better for business, and he doesn't care about the code or his reputation. He's not afraid of people looking down on him. He's like I don't give a shit. Yeah, I snitched, and he also looked the people he snitched on in the eyes as he did it. There's no fear. Like, it was just like he
stood on business. Like it was like if you got a problem, gladly stick my gun in your mouth. Like if you have a problem with me, so if anybody has an issue, we can address it. But
it's a great way to win a debate if you ever have.
So
read the point a gun in their mouth.
See, I don't think Omar would snitch just to snitch, though.
Right?
Like, he said it rubs him the wrong way. When McNulty and them rolled up on him, he had a code of. No, I'm not fucking with that. But y'all killed my boyfriend. Like,
I don't think it was the murder. I think it was the torture.
The torture.
Because he even told Stringer, he said murder is part of the game. He's like, but y'all went beyond that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was kind of like, Omar's so interesting, right? Because it's kind of like, you went beyond that, so now that gives me permission where I could testify in an open courtroom to you, right?
He straight up told McNulty and Kima, like, snitching, I can't just come out and help y'all. Like, that just rubs me the wrong way. I'm not,
and the court scene is so cool, too, because the court scene is like him telling the truth about everything else.
Except the
I wasn't there. Witness makes him such a credible witness because he's so transparent up there. He's so honest that it's like, well, maybe he did see him.
He has no qualms about what he does. He doesn't have any fault. That's what made him better than Levy in that scene, is because Levy is a scumbag, shyster lawyer who's who does horrible things, but he thinks of himself as being like a morally upstanding citizen, whereas Omar doesn't. He knows what he is. He doesn't care how he's perceived, and because of that, like Jesse said, that people can see more of a genuineness in him than a guy who's more put together wearing a suit. It's like that ultimate form of irony where it's like the guy who is literally a person who makes his money by robbing drug dealers seems more honest and credible than this other guy. Than a lawyer, right?
And it's like, what, too, Jack? He shitted on Levy in that scene, bro. Yeah. I mean, it really was like a humbling moment, and Levy was so shocked. He was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" Like he didn't even know how.
It's very satisfying to watch because Levy always, Levy's always one step ahead of the cops. He's always like coming out on top. So it's one of the few moments where he got humbled in return. After that,
he wasn't ready for that at all. Like and
exactly.
For Omar's character, like you just said, just showing some of those other layers that we have to unpack with his character, from the cursing to testifying in court, not really caring what anybody thinks, to where we're at right now in our breakdowns when the girl gets killed and he has to like burn himself with the cigarette. Like, these are really trauma dumping moments where he is really trying to unpack everything that he's involved in. And the burning of the hands, Jack, is like, bro, that is a real reflective, like, what are you going to take the cigarette and burn your hands? Like, that shit, when that shit hurt like fuck, like I've never burnt my hand with a cigarette, but when that
it's like
hurt like a bitch. Like,
Yeah, it's
Well,
like the
that's the point.
self-flagellation almost that the monks do, or like how some people like they cut themselves. Like it's like a form of like it's a self-punishment because he's filled with such like guilt,
I got
and
her
it's
killed. Let me do this
yeah,
to myself. Damn.
and it's like in a way it makes him more morally upstanding than like Avon because
Wait, Leland, what did you think he was burning himself for?
I mean, I knew what it was for. It's just like the thought, hearing Jack explain like
okay.
the thought behind it. Like, I knew what it was for, obviously, but it's
Okay,
just
continue.
hearing him break it down like that is just, I needed that little piece of
I
No, I got
information.
you.
I knew what it was
You just
for,
got-
obviously.
you
set
just
me
got
up,
confused.
850,000 times.
My
Like,
bad.
I know.
I just got confused on my own mind because I'm over here thinking, and Leland was like, "Oh, he did it
I
because."
know. It's just hearing
Okay.
the perspective of him self-reflecting and why he's doing it and Jack just broke it down really good. That's all.
yeah, Leland was throwing me a ball and I hit it out the park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew why.
and then
Shit,
I
I'm
freaking-
fucked up. I'm
I know,
fucked
I
up.
caught-
He
Just
said,
your
I
business.
burned myself.
I caught the ball and I threw it back in the field, right?
Yeah, like this is bullshit.
I was just over here thinking, like, does Leland think that Omar just sits around burning himself for fun?
No, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay.
I know.
But
but
yeah, man, that scene is like really hard to watch, and this is the thing with
It is.
Avon wouldn't feel that. I mean, Avon felt bad, but he didn't like cripple himself with guilt over D'Angelo's death. He was actually more angry and inconvenienced by it than Omar is. So it's like Omar cares about people more than anyone in the Barksdale crew. I'd
for
say.
sure. I mean, but I also think two different types of people too. Like,
Mhm.
I'm actually robbing drug dealers and giving the stuff back to the community. Avon is I'm a drug kingpin kind of thing. I don't really have a lot of remorse for a lot of shit.
Right.
In my position of power, it's not really for me to be down or sad about somebody dying when I'm the king of this city and the king of this drug organization. Like somebody dying because of drugs or gunfire. Like, well, that's part of it. I ain't really.
Yeah, it's fair. You can't really afford to be all.
What do you say, Jesse? How you not gonna ever be late? You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of the game to Avon, I think.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
I think stuff already gets, with mentioning Avon. I think Omar already gets solidified as a legend in season 1, right? He takes out Stinkum by himself. Like, it's kind of like, okay, he got the drop on him.
For sure.
Yeah.
And he almost kills Avon.
No,
like,
for sure. He's definitely solidified in season 1.
What would happen to the show if he catches Avon there? That would be like, I don't know.
In the
Man,
first
you
season.
know what? I couldn't imagine, y'all, if there was no Avon, because season 1 storyline was strong enough where, okay, if they kill Avon, the rest of the stuff that happened in season 1 was really impactful. Kima getting shot, that type of stuff. But like season 3 with no Avon, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are you talking about here? Like,
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, Avon's not an awful he's not like an evil character, which is what we love about the show is that nobody's like 100% good or bad, but he doesn't have the same level. Like, and you're right, he can't like.
On the new rewatches, I think Avon's probably my favorite. Well, Omar Avon.
Really,
I love Avon. And Jack,
he's a great character. Yeah,
yes, I think what you're touching on, Jack, and I don't know if I'm using the word right. It's called desynthesized to death. Basically, like death it don't matter. It don't move you, kind of thing.
Yeah,
they're definitely Avon for sure. Like,
yeah. And you can't afford to be because it's like people die all the time. You just can't afford to just shut everything down because
he wasn't tripping at all over D'Angelo dying. Like it was like, he hung himself. Yeah, fuck him.
He was like guilt, but like more. It was also partially inconvenience. Like fuck, But Omar. Season 1 was definitely a legend. Go ahead, Jesse.
I think So Omar, right, with these legendary moves and like the shootout with Weebay and
the most legendary line in the show too. I think probably that one is probably that one. You come to the king, you best not miss.
Yeah,
that's
to the point where
the one
people say that line who haven't seen The Wire and don't even know it's from there. That's how it's crossed over.
it's in popular culture. Like,
Mhm.
you know, what was the show? I don't know if y'all are somewhat sports fans. It was a show on ESPN. What was it called? It was like Jamel Hill
But
and
then,
Michael
ironically,
Smith, I
I'm
think.
sorry.
And they would say
The
it all the
Good
time.
Place.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. What were you saying?
And they said that, yeah.
Ironically, he shoots at the king and misses.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Hey man, you know what? That scene, y'all, is such a. It's almost like for the sake of the story, like kind of thing, because he definitely could have popped his ass. Like he had enough time to walk up and catch Avon. And also, what the fuck kind of restaurant can whoop up burgers and Philly cheesesteaks as fast as Weebay got back?
No, you're taking that time too literal, because we see the pages, we see him keep getting paged, so you got to think that he's out there for like 15 minutes,
and it just skips over the time. Just is skipping
they
over
can't
on
literally
camera.
they can't literally.
And I think we talked
15
about that on the
minutes.
episode too, y'all. Like it's not shown the true time in terms of how the story is perceived.
Yeah, so
I get it.
It happens very conveniently, but it's one that I don't mind, because it takes him a few calls to actually do it. So yeah, maybe he's over there getting the cheesesteak, and maybe the cheesesteak is like only like 5 minutes away. So he's like, I guess, you know.
But he got close. He definitely got close.
Yeah. And then you know, he just Omar kind of like, right. That and the code of honor that we talked about. They also use his new boyfriends to kind of show like him explaining to the audience. I kind of feel, because that was one thing that I always was like, why is he explaining this to them? Like, aren't they already? But it's really talking to us using the person,
Right.
But if you
So
know
that we're
Omar that well, does he really need to go into explanation? Mostly with Ronaldo, right? Like he's like, oh, you know, I can't. He's like, why? You know, why? He's like, I want to spar with the wolves, you know, because you got to
spend time fighting with the puppies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
that's also great.
Even
it's
Ronaldo,
just like that's a great line itself. What was it? Wolves and puppies. Yeah, he has like this poetic way of speaking that's like very. It's like nobody. What I love about it is like nobody talks like that. It's so just like. And it's like sometimes that would be like a complaint, like, oh, the dialogue's unrealistic. But for him, it just works because it just feels natural.
Jack, I was just about to say that. Jesse has mentioned so many times about how perfect the Wire dialogue is. Omar is a big part of that. Like his lines are like, they're like.
It's something you wouldn't read in a book. It's
right. And he has so many like just ironic moments too that are just, I just feel like it's just next level. Not even ironic, iconic is probably a better word. Like the scene with him and Bunk, that's a lot of people's favorite scene. Like when they talk and Bunk is pretty much telling him like, you know, we done failed a long fucking way. These kids are mimicking you and what you're doing, kind of thing.
See, but the reason why that scene hits too is because Omar takes it to heart, right? Mm-hmm. Like if
and that's Omar... by the way, that's the next episode we're gonna be reviewing. I just realized that.
No, it's not the. No, it's a couple.
I think it's a few. It's a few.
Yeah,
it's a few because he's looking for the gun. Okay. I think we're on episode 4, Jack. I think that's episode 6.
It's episode 6.
We close though. We definitely get close to it.
It's close.
Joy Kekin wrote it. I believe. We asked her about that. She wrote that episode. So I think like also that's a good scene, and also Omar in prison when he gives him the card and he's like, a man gotta have a code, and right he talks Bunk into he talks Bunk into, and Bunk goes hard for him to get him out, bro. People
he does. Holly and Crutchfield, they were on Bunk's neck, like you know. Much.
Well, shout out even to Eileen Nathan. Eileen Nathan is like, why are you going so hard for him? When he's like, this ain't him, right? And so. Which was a little payback too, because Omar spoke to him and kind of made him see like, you know, you're letting the guilty man walk right now, aren't you?
For sure. Right? You know, I didn't do it because Bunk was gonna leave. He was gonna leave him in there. He was like, hey, you can tell them how bad you getting treated. You know, I don't really give a fuck. I got bodies all over the city. A lot of them are mine. You know, these are my cases, and I know you did them. Man, you can tell the judge that you know they got it wrong. You know, so.
Oh yeah, so something else I was gonna say right with Omar, like when I was that he uses his boyfriends to speak to, like the like, and it's a funny thing, right? It's a cute sentiment that Omar has with taking the clock to prop Joe and robbing the bodega, but actually buying the cigarettes and saying, "Give
He's
me back
running
my
out of time.
change." Yeah, yeah. And then when he robs the bodega, he's like he's like, "Let me get a pack of Newports too," and pays for it. And he's like, "Give me my
Hmm.
change, man. Don't rob me," which is funny. But Ronaldo always looks at him like, huh? Shouldn't Ronaldo already know? Yeah, this is what Omar does. But it gives I think Ronaldo plays the fan for us, like, the audience, where he's kind of has to like, what are you doing? Because Omar does this. He did
Yeah.
this with the
Hmm.
bodega. He's gonna do it with the clock. So it's just kind of funny. But
I think too. Speaking of the boyfriends, Jesse, the last boyfriend is almost like the first two boyfriends, but in one, I guess, kind of thing. I don't know. Like the second boyfriend, I feel like didn't really. It's like he wasn't really hip to shit. Like
Right.
I don't know how
Plus,
to
he wasn't
yeah,
on our
not at
show, so
all.
it's
Not
definitely
at
not
all.
as.
What's that?
I said, plus he wasn't on our show, so he's not as.
Oh, I've
um
been in conversation with him. He
Yeah.
he was gonna come on, but I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, he's a cool guy. Yeah, he's a good boyfriend.
but I
It's
feel
fine.
like from I feel like all the boyfriends were willing to get dirty with Omar. That sounds crazy, but we're willing to do. We're willing to to go and do robberies and stuff like that and pull licks and shit like that. I think they were all willing to do that. But Brandon in the first season, he was really like, okay, yeah, I'm about it. I'm not really, I'm not really scared of nothing. He hit who did he hit in the face in season one? He was like, sit your stupid ass down. Like, he was about it. The second
Mm,
boyfriend, like he was a little bit like just not hip to shit. 'Cause how the fuck did you shoot her in the face in season
right.
3?
And there's
Like,
a
how the fuck did you
mistake.
do that?
There's a mistake that episode too. And when we get Michael Kevin Darnall to recap the episode with us, Jack, if you could, whenever you can, you want to see when he's available. The
Mhm.
I want because he's like he looks at him pissed that he shouted his name.
Yeah.
And then he said, I wasn't mad. Everybody knows me. And I'm like, no,
What
you
the
were
fuck difference
mad.
do it
Like,
make then?
it doesn't add up like that.
Why does it matter then if they know you already and he said the name? It don't really matter. Like,
Yeah.
what are you mad for if they already know you?
It
You
looked
know?
like it feels like something changed in the writers' room, but
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But and then Jack, there's two of you.
I
Boy,
cloned
Jack,
myself.
boy, you're special, boy.
Um, and then,
It's two
but
Jack
Omar's
Simmons
so
now.
badass, right? Like him in prison, right? And then he like stabs the guy in the butt.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then it's like this straight dude
Doesn't he
that
like
wanted to
lick him with his ear
kiss his
Bro,
too?
ear,
like
Like
that.
when he
bro.
stabs.
Let's talk about that, y'all.
Doesn't he
Let's talk
like
about
kiss
that
him on the
shit.
cheek?
He
Let's talk about
kisses
this
his
thing,
ear
y'all.
and says, I
So
wish we would
Yeah.
have more time to make babies together.
that scene is on so many levels. It's so fucking out of pocket. Like
Right.
for one, he shanked the shit out of Buddy. Like Buddy's dead. Like he not coming back. He's dead for sure. And it establishes Omar in the prison. Like if y'all don't know who I am, this is who I am. Okay,
Yeah.
like so. Even if it's a hit out on me in this prison, y'all need to tread lightly because you could be next. Kind of thing. And him licking on Buddy's ear.
With that kind of
What? Go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say, sorry, the connection's bad right now. You know what that kind of reminds me of? It was that like the graphic novel Watchmen, they put
Mhm.
Rorschach, who was a superhero, in prison, and everyone wants to kill him because he put them all in jail. And then he like kills this one guy, and he's like, "You think I'm stuck in here with you? You're stuck in here with me." And that's
Yep.
kind of what like Omar felt. He's like, prison is home for Omar. Is fine in
Let's
prison.
do
He's not
it. What you
afraid.
mean? It's
He's like,
a stable full of boys in here. I ain't tripping.
well,
if anything, he's more
No,
safe than he
no.
would be on the streets.
He
He's
doesn't
got
like-
protection.
he doesn't like being in prison. Let's get that. He just knows how to handle it.
Right, me
Yeah.
and Jack, we going off on something, Jesse. Obviously, nobody likes to be in prison, but
No, I'm just saying he's fine. He's
not
like
even
fine.
that
in prison.
nobody. I'm not saying that. Not even that nobody likes. He's afraid for his life in there. He's scared when he walks in there. He's shitting
Oh, yeah,
bricks. like because he robbed all of them.
Yeah, no facts. But I went. You know what though, Jesse? We haven't got there yet. I'm just thinking about his body language and facial expressions. Is scared the right word?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with Jesse on this one.
I don't know if scared is the right word. Maybe a little like uneasy, maybe. But scared, downright scared. Like I don't see fear. I see more so like, okay, this is an environment I'm gonna have to adapt to. But remember when they walk in and he doesn't know who Donnie and them are. He like what's up? Let's do it.
Well, he's gonna go
scared.
He's gonna go out swinging, but I think
scared. I don't know if we can ever associate scared with Omar. I don't know if I ever want to put that word on him because I don't think that's the case.
Well, and
I don't know if he's scared.
He did tell us in season 1, Omar don't scare.
Yeah, I don't know if he was definitely uneasy because he's like, damn, shit. I done robbed all of these motherfuckers in here, but scared is like, oh shit, I might die. Yeah, scared. I don't know. I don't know if scared is
fans, you let us know. Was Omar scared? Yeah. Let us know.
That's a good discussion.
Well, for sure. And also when we review the episode, it'll be more.
Yeah, that's a good discussion topic right there, y'all. Let me ask y'all this: what is Omar's single most iconic scene? What do y'all think it is? If it's one, if you had to
that's a tough one, man. There's so many.
You can't pick the Weebay one either. Take that one out.
And let's take the core one. Let's take all the ones we've already.
Yep, I was gonna say that too. Take the core scene out. Take the Weebay scene out.
Okay, so one of the most iconic moments is, it would probably be the Omar don't scare line. But actually, when he kills Stringer Bell, is one of the most iconic because he's been waiting 3 seasons for this, and it's like as the audience too, all of the accumulation of events has led them to these 2 pieces, and it's like to the chest.
Yep. No, that's a great one. Jack, I think we lost you, family.
What do you think, Leland? What's your favorite?
Most iconic? I don't know, that shootout and him jumping out that window, bro. That one is that's a really good one. Yeah, we lost our boy for a second.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You took out the most. I mean, I would have to go with the old man robbing the house.
Oh, nah. That's a good one. That's a good one. And Jack, I don't know if you heard us, Jack, in the background, but Jesse asked me, and I was thinking maybe season 5 with him jumping out the window.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
How does he survive that?
Yeah, like that's I think about that all the time when I watch that scene, bro. How the fuck did you jump out the window, stop, drop, and roll into the into the utility closet, bro? You had to do that so fucking fast. Like you didn't even have time. Once you jump, you didn't even have time to feel pain. Like you had to jump down and essentially use all of your adrenaline and get into that fucking closet before they found you.
Oh yeah, and that's a good point. Actually, in terms of iconic scenes, might be a little understated. I love the opening with him, and I think it's either in season 4. I think it's season 4 or 5, and it's just like him going about his morning, and like he just goes to the convenience store to buy cereal, and everyone runs out of the way. It's just what it is. It's similar to the McNulty cold open, where it's like there's not much of a plot. It's just like here's just like a day in the life of this guy. Like before he goes to work, this is what he like. Can you imagine? That's just your life. You get to walk down the street, everybody runs the other way. He just has the town in the palm of his hand.
You know what's crazy about that scene too, Jack? It is he doesn't even have a fucking gun on him because he got on fucking silk pajamas. I can't put the gun nowhere on me. I got on these silk pajamas.
Yeah.
And when he goes to the store, he's not even on the hunt, really. Like, they just see him taking a smoke break, and it's like, oh shit, there go Omar. Here go the package. Like he's not even on the hunt at that moment.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it just speaks to kind of at that point in season 4, where his reputation was in the city. Because in season 1, people would run when he would be walking, but he had the shotgun. By season 4, he walking around in silk pajamas without, he don't even got no gun on him. Like,
I like the storyline of him calling out Marlo one by one after the jump. Fat face Rick. I'm leaving you with my word in your ear. He goes, the Michael scene is epic,
when he robs Marlo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
one's great.
Might be
that's probably damn.
He has like 5 iconic lines in the span of a minute. He says, I don't know much about cards, but these 45 beats a full hand.
What?
And then he says, like, do I look like a man who repeats himself?
Right from the beginning. You want to hit on that body, you best to hop too.
And then he said, your money don't got no owners, bro. Only spenders. That scene right there, I don't know, Jack. You might just have me rethinking because that scene right there is so important because when you really unpack Marlo as a character and just how much disrespect matters to him.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You killed a security guard because he confronted you. He doing his job after stealing a 99-cent sucker out the store. And you had him killed just for confronting you about it. Omar came in, stole your money, stopped your card game. You've been losing to these people for weeks. They've been kicking your ass in this card game, Marlo. So you were on top because you were about to win. Omar came and shitted on that, took your money, put the gun in your face, and took the ring. Like, you talk about disrespect. You mad at him for questioning you about some suckers. Oh shit! It's like, he was never gonna let up on Omar ever. Like, never ever. They had some really intense. That was an intense send off. Like, it really was.
And Marlo breaks rules too, right? As far as Omar breaking the rules of snitching too, killing a civilian and blaming it on Omar is kind of snitching. That's making true. Somebody snitch,
That's true.
It's a gray line, but I get what you're saying.
Well, you're getting him arrested though.
That's fair.
You're not handling it on the streetwise.
And that's the thing with the whole street code and stuff like that. A snitch can be defined as somebody that goes into a court of law or is an informant. If you want to be political about it, I guess, so.
At the end of the day, I think that the whole point I always took was that everyone breaks the code. It's all just like whatever they decide is convenient for them at that moment, But that to me was just like an iconic moment.
Yeah, a lot of them are kind of hypocritical people, right? Like, but I think that's humans. We can all be hypocritical in our own lives and stuff. At that time period too, I know it was like kind of popular to like refer to yourself in the third person, like The Rock. So it was The Rock, it was real famous back then. And Omar kind of referred to himself in the third person. I remember when I remember for like a summer, I used to refer to myself as the kid. It drove my brother nuts. Like, the kid's hungry. The kid's
kid.
Bro, the kid's hungry.
Jesse, the kid.
The kid wants to go hit. My cousin got a kick out of it. He's like, "Who's the kid?" I'm like, "Me." I was like, yeah.
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think? And we'll talk about his death now too. Do you all think? Because a lot of people had a problem with how he died, with it being at the hands of Kennard. Like how you not see this little kid come upon you, kind of thing. But he's also not expecting a little kid to end his life.
Yeah, I got some stuff to say on this. Jack, you want to go first?
I loved it personally, and like I thought it was. I like the ironic nature. I like when characters get killed unexpectedly like that. It wasn't cinematic. It wasn't like it just happened. I thought it was more realistic because it was just like he couldn't have been killed in a showdown, right? The only way you could kill him was if you had to sneak up behind him. Right. And so I kind of, everyone expected him to be like this big showdown between him and Marlo and like this, and it was just so random. I think that's what people didn't like about it. They felt like it was kind of anticlimactic, but I personally liked it. I don't know.
I did too. I mean, I think it's also too just some more brilliant foreshadowing because in season 3 you see Kennard and he's like, "No, it's my turn to be Omar. I want to be Omar." So that's season 3. All the way to season 5 when he's finally killed, so It's just brilliant. It's brilliant writing to have Kennard be the one to do it.
Mhm.
And people asking the group all the time, did Marlo give Kennard that money for killing Omar? You know, he said $250,000. You know, did you put it on his books, Marlo, or what? You know.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
whatchamacallit? So, he said, because he even said Hopper didn't have a reason. He just saw him pop. All right, so
What do you think, Jesse?
all right, I understand it because Omar's always aware of his surroundings. We never see, we rarely see Omar get outsmarted. He got outsmarted by stringing on Prop Joe, by setting up Prop Brother Muzone real quickly, but he got
But
back.
he outsmarted the cops too in season 4, Jesse. When he hid that gun, he seen them outside. He put the gun in the freezer. Like, he's definitely aware.
Omar's always outsmarting people. That's what I'm saying.
He's always aware of his surroundings, bro.
Yeah, he's always aware of his surroundings. Yeah. That was my point. We rarely see him get outsmarted. I was just saying, like, 2 times that we've seen it only was like, and then Chris getting to the drop before he did, getting him watching Omar watch them. You know, I think he should have died in the shootout personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Which shootout? The
At
one
the
in.
house when he jumped out the window.
Oh, okay.
You think so?
I mean-
I don't know, bro. I think the fact that he didn't die and the story that followed it is, to me, one of the bright. I don't even want to say one of the bright spots in season 5 because I love season 5. So I think it's a bright spot in season 5 is what happens after that shooting. Him limping, him still causing havoc. You know, I love some of those scenes after his leg is broken. You know, he's still definitely still causing terror across the city, even though I got one good leg. You know, I love that he didn't die in that scene, like, for sure.
Well, also, I feel like, of course, like, he would survive the fucking fall. Like, if anyone would, it would be him. I think that we can all agree that he had to die. He couldn't have not died. That would have been insanely stupid. Like, I think, and that's the point, is, like, that's one of the things I've always taken out of that, like, is the same thing I take out of, like, The Sopranos or a lot of crime shows, which is, like, your luck can only go so long. And it's like, you're all, like, you are the Legend Omar, but, like, everything ends. And eventually... So you can't just, like, cheat death so many times and come away. Eventually, that shit comes back to catch you, you know? And it's like, and it will be when you're least expecting it. Because nobody will, like Omar's always checking his surroundings, but nobody would assume that a child would carry a gun, you know, of some kid. Like, nobody would assume, like, here's this little tiny kid, he's gonna fucking blow my brains out, you know? So it makes sense that, like, out of the time that he's not checking his surroundings, he would just assume that he's okay.
Well, no,
Also,
he checks his surroundings too. That's what I was going to say too. I like the way it's done because he acknowledges Kennard there. He looks at him when he comes through the door. Actually, at the mirror, but he writes off kids as just a kid.
Right.
You know, when
he's
Michael,
thinking about to get popped.
When he first sees Michael, he says he's just a kid. You know,
right?
So it's kind of like
also Kennard's tiny. He doesn't like Michael. He's a big dude. You can kind of see, but Kennard's such a small little kid.
And even Michael, when he first saw him, he said he's just a kid. You know, nothing to worry about, kind of.
But also, too, y'all, in that scene, it's also one of the few like just mishaps in The Wire. Why is he not limping when he walks into the scene? Like, that's the only scene where he's not limping. He walks straight up in that last scene. He doesn't have a limp at all. But the scene before he goes into the store, he's limping down the street. But when he walks into the store, there's no limp. You know. So,
interesting. I never noticed that.
Yeah. So I think the death is done right with the kid, but I think he should have died in the shootout personally. I think they just stretched. Like, if they were gonna have him die like that.
I was just about to say that, bro. Is that a fucking Twizzler?
I just couldn't. I'm sorry. That completely distracted me. I was like, all right. I like Twizzlers. I think Twizzlers are kind of whatever. Personally, I'm more of a Skittles guy, but
I was thinking the same shit, bro. I was like, is that a Twizzler? Or I was like, what kind of ink pen is that, bro? What the fuck is that?
So nonchalant.
Oh, that was a legendary moment right there, Jesse. Let me just say that. That was funny as shit.
Every episode, I'm
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Every episode, from now on, I'm just gonna pick up.
Yeah, no, I like
A
it. That's
random
like an
scene.
iconic. That's like a thing in our episode. I like that. I like that.
When we interview Jim Trueforce, I'm gonna have like a bowl of cereal, then I'm gonna have like a candy bar and see if he
Yeah.
notices. No, I'm just playing.
Honey
Yeah,
Nut
that was
Cheerios.
funny. That was funny as shit. But yeah, I don't know, Jesse. Like, I was telling Jack, I don't know if you heard us chopping it up. I can't imagine season 5, the stuff that happened after he jumped out that window. Bro, those are some of the highlights of season 5 to me. Like Omar, after the leg is broken, he was still causing havoc on the city, bro. Like it felt like he was getting really close to Marlo too. That's another thing. I don't know how the fuck did Marlo not know that Omar was talking shit about him. He out here burning the stash house, like he's out here like how did the word ever not get back to Marlo?
Because they told Chris, Snoop, and Monk, and Chris, Snoop,
And they
and
just kept it from Marlo.
He
Yeah, I guess.
Chris said you didn't need that on your mind. And he said, "What you know what I need on my mind?"
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking though, like if I was a kingpin, wouldn't I have heard about, at least known about it? But I guess they all answer to Chris. So
I think there's also people that just never said nothing. I don't think Fat Face Rick ever said nothing.
right. Yeah, no, that's
I think
true.
he just said, yeah, I'll tell him, but he's not really gonna tell him.
That's true.
He just knows himself, like, oh yeah, Marlo's the one who killed him, and killed Prop Joe, you know.
Marlo have the highest.
so-
I mean, I was gonna say, does Omar have the highest body count that we see in the show?
In the Wire,
It's
no,
like-
it's Chris.
You're right, but
It's Chris.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
Chris
Omar does have some off-camera murders too that we never see.
He don't got
Yeah,
he don't
true.
got 22.
No, I'm just saying he has some off-camera murders that we don't see, right? I think they're like
Like which ones? Like who?
What does Bunk make a reference to when he's in the
Stringer, the shootout with Omar when the girl gets killed, and then Stringer bailing his muscle in the apartments.
and he doesn't say like an off-camera reference, no?
I think he just names those two, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think it's just those two.
For Omar to have the reputation, I would think that he has a couple bodies.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it ain't 20. I think I did the count. If you count season 5 as well, I think it's upwards of, I want to say 28 bodies or 30 bodies from Chris and Snoop. Like if you count season 3, season 4, season 5, I think it's like 30. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy. Yeah. And they had and he had Chris and Snoop scared, which was kind of cool, just off the reputation alone, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, damn, you're right, bro. Damn.
Omar's name was always carried. I do like the scene that they didn't know it was him in the morgue, that they had the two names. They just changed it.
And I've seen a video on that and never clicked on it because I'm like, it's not really important enough for me to know. I don't know if y'all ever watched it, but why do they switch the names? What the fuck is that? Why does he switch the card on the bodies?
Well, they had the wrong name.
So they had the wrong name
on another body.
Oh, okay.
It was just showing that Omar's like this legend in the streets, but really he's just somebody who's forgotten. Well, not even that, just somebody who's really forgotten in a morgue, you know?
Yeah.
In the real world.
I mean, that's the thing, man, is like big city, like small pond, you know what I mean? Like it's like they're legends in the cities, but like, you know, similar to like Melvin Williams, it's like how many people outside of Baltimore have heard about him, you know?
Yeah,
it almost shows that perspective. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what I like that, because it was kind of like, all right, he's like this big bad legend out there, but honestly, like you're in a morgue and you just got your name.
Y'all know what? Y'all just touched on
relative,
something.
yeah, for sure.
And Jesse and I just speaking about the character we were talking about the other day, Alma, as an underrated character. She has a case in season 5, and they're like, I think it's about Omar. It's like Omar Devon Little found dead or something, and then they're trying to figure out if they're gonna put it on the front page or not. And Gus is like, "Oh yeah, scrap the murders," you know, like that shit ain't going on the front page. It ain't that important kind of thing, you know. So it's just speaking of what y'all just said about the morgue, him being in the morgue, his level of importance in the morgue versus in the streets versus people who don't know anything about him in a newspaper reporting room, you know. It's just, you know.
I like when we
it's true.
I like when we see the game of telephone get played throughout too. Like, word is, nah, people with Uzis went in and took out Omar.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. No,
Kennard, you know.
that's a good. That's also speaking to. I love that scene too, Jesse. That's great. So that's speaking to. I remember one time Jack pointed this out about Avon almost marveling at Omar, kind of like looking at him in a way like, damn, he's so legendary in the city. We kind of talked about it, but Marlo, who always wanted that same king-like supremacy, if you will, when he rolled up on them and he heard them talking about Omar, he kind of like looking at them like, y'all don't know who the fuck I am, kind of thing. Like,
Right.
what are y'all doing talking about Omar? You know, kind of thing.
Marlo
Like,
was
you know who I
insecure in a
am?
way.
Right. He like, you know who I am? And Buddy was like, bitch, you know who I am? Like, you know, kind of he bucked on him, you know, but
Mhm.
how they were talking about Omar and even what you just said, Jesse, when Spider was talking to Michael about Omar, it was this crazy ass, you know, crazy story kind of thing.
Right.
So he was legendary in the show. We've interviewed enough people for our audience. If you have not seen all of our interviews, which is, I know it's a lot, y'all probably haven't seen every single one of them, but we were first starting, almost every guest had a story about Michael K. Williams. They broke him down, not just his character, but his character off the screen. And we even had, you know, Bob Sporer, who is a two-time Wiretapped Truths guest, probably a third time, some point in time soon. He literally broke down in tears on our podcast talking about Michael Williams. So he was such a special person off the screen. And shout out to my mom. I told her tonight that we were doing a character analysis on Omar. And she said, send him my love. Let him know that that's the reason I wanted to get that shotgun that time, you know. So even that in itself, man, Michael K. Williams, man, rest your soul, rest your spirit. You will never be forgotten in the Wire fandom ever. And the people that knew you, they loved you as if you were an angel on earth. So, you know, I hope these blessings and stuff like this, when we talk about you, I hope you hear it, you know, in the afterlife for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you said that too. President Obama's favorite character, by the way.
Omar.
Omar. When Obama interviewed David Simon, he said, Omar, who was
That
my
makes
favorite
sense.
character.
That's right.
Donna Adrian Gibson talked about having him executive producer. Shout out to Donna.
Always. We love you, Miss Donna.
I love you. Talked about having him over for dinner one of the last time, how humble he was. The daughter Deanna Ogo, who we had on, she was like, yeah, he would have, because you know she knew them, she knew all these people. She was like, yeah, he would have came on the show. Miss Donna was like, he would have been the first one on. You know, it was kind of like, and at that time he was pretty big already. He had a prominent role on Boardwalk Empire,
which I heard is phenomenal. My dad told me that is a fucking phenomenal show.
I like
I
the
haven't
first
seen it.
4
I heard it's great.
seasons. I kind of stopped after the fourth season ended. It's a good show, yeah.
Terrence Winter made it, who like wrote The Wolf of Wall Street. And it's like
Damn.
produced by Scorsese. You know, it's supposed to be, you know, it's Steve Buscemi. Michael K. Williams. Also, sorry, with Omar too. Like, just to respond to what you're saying, it's like people will never talk about Marlo the same way. I mean, like in the reality of the show, it's like I think with that when he dies, it's like he doesn't have the same reputation, or even Avon. They'll just be like, oh yeah, that guy was a drug kingpin. But Omar, his character, it was like literally a legend in the streets, and almost like a mythological. Like Jesse, you made the point of like comparing him to like a cowboy, and there's like a lot of westerns. Like there's a scene when he's like walking down the street and just whistling, and he does have that like sense of like this old fictional like a character from a western, you know, who just kind of comes in, lives by his own rules, and then just kind of does his own
and
stuff.
Jack, that just speaking about the western scene, and scene with him and Brother Mouzon is eerily reminiscent of a western. And if we ever manage to get Ed Burns or David Simon on our show, Lord willing, that like I would definitely like to ask, was that on purpose? It had to be, right? Like, because it looks just like a western. It's like a standoff. We understand. We could shoot it out. I got a gun. You got a gun. I'm a shooter. You a shooter. You know about all these guns. What did Brother Mouzon say? Did he say he made his own bullet or some shit like that? Like, you know, we're both shooters. You know, we both know guns, and we could shoot it out right here in this alley if we wanted to, kind of thing. So,
But I think he even understood in that moment. He was like, "There's something here that there's like another layer that I'm not privy to." He's like, "There's no reason this guy wants to shoot me." He's like, "There's something behind." So I think, yeah, that was, yeah. He's always one step ahead. And yeah, probably the most iconic quotes. And like you said, kind of similar to some other characters, like the guy from Lost, like he was going to be killed, but like his performance saved the character.
yep.
But yeah, man.
And you know what, too, Jack? I just wonder if the Wire had been nominated or even awarded for anything, would that have given his character more, I guess, more praise or more history if Michael K. Williams had won an Emmy for Omar, kind of thing? I don't know. Like,
Maybe,
I don't know.
it's changed a lot with the Emmys. Sometimes great performances get overlooked because sometimes award shows have biases. Like I mentioned that show The Boys that just ended yesterday. It's a great show. And the main villain is played by Anthony Starr. He plays Homelander as like an evil Superman. And he is one of the most incredible performances ever.
Really?
But it's like, oh yeah, but it's never going to be recognized by the Emmys because they look at it as like, oh, it's just a bunch of superhero bullshit, whatever. So I think like it's like they look down on certain
Certain stuff.
genres. And I think
You know-
honestly they look down on The Wire because it's like I think there was definitely an element of like racism involved during that time.
You know what, too, Jack? Just looking back to 2001 through 2007, I don't know what shows won in those years either. When The Wire didn't win, to really be like, oh yeah, well, I can see why The Wire didn't win. I don't know what shows.
Right.
It
was a lot of like 20. Like I actually was curious. I googled it the other day. It was like 24 and CSI. What's that?
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, CSI, Law and Order, a lot of that. Or The West Wing was actually a big one. And that was a great show, The West Wing.
I've heard that's a good show.
It's a totally different type of show.
And I just feel like for somebody like Omar to not win an Emmy, and then somebody like Saul and Better Call Saul, that's another like in the present decade for people that are like, how the fuck did Better Call Saul not win any Emmys, kind of thing. A lot of people have a problem with that. But
those award shows are also very like politicized too, because it's like what happens is some critics, and like I'm sure like one of our guests would be able to like confirm this, they'll get like invited to like special screenings. Like it's like if you get a lot of like the voters and like, hey, I'll have a private screening. I bought you all food, and they're more willing to like there's like all like politics and I don't like this guy.
Yeah,
He was a dick one time, so I don't know.
I just feel like I feel like I don't want to say since he's passed, but while he was here, people were definitely like marveling over Michael K. Williams. Like people always spoke highly about him. People never, even after he's been gone, people don't really speak down about him and stuff like that. They always speak like he was such this humble soul. And it's just the character that we got from him in Omar, all things considered, everything that he was battling, and we're all battling stuff. We're all going through stuff, but just everything he was battling for that character to come to life on screen like that, like it's unbelievable, man. And I couldn't imagine Jack The Wire without Omar. Like I couldn't even.
It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have even been on the same level.
Couldn't even.
My dad met him once. My dad met Michael K. Williams randomly in a coffee shop in the city.
Yeah.
Like he said, he was like a really like he didn't have like an air of like, oh fuck off. He was like a totally nice guy and whatever, but it was just like random. But yeah, man, he still worked. He had a bunch of parts, like he said, Boardwalk Empire, and he had all these side characters in movies and stuff. But like
he was legendary, bro. He was legendary.
Omar was definitely
And also too, this has been another great episode. Great character analysis. We love Omar. Do you have anything else before I wrap up, Jack, that you want to say about Omar? Any favorite quotes, favorite lines, anything that you feel like we didn't touch on?
Oh, indeed. There's one right there. Oh, indeed. I mean, I'm a jokester, so I love the line about the clock, and I love all his
Oh,
schemes, like to pretend to be an old man. You could you know what's funny about it? He was like a criminal, but he had fun doing it. You could tell
he
it
did.
wasn't just like something he was doing. You could tell he actually enjoyed what he was doing. You know?
He did. I love that scene with the clock, bro. When he pulls that clock, when he pulls that
Yeah.
gun on Prop Joe, and I've mentioned that too. That's probably the biggest handgun I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that shit was like, and Prop Joe, like he was about to shit himself. He was like, "Listen, Omar, okay, what do you need? You tell me what you need, and let me see what I can do for you." You know,
Isn't somebody talk about
all
going
his-
after him, and he's like, Prop Joe is like, you want to commit suicide, pills would be easier. Because, oh no, that was about, that was about Mazone, sorry, not about
Muzon. That was Brother Muzon.
Yeah, that was right, my bad.
Yeah, but man, phenomenal stuff. Another great episode. Omar Michael K. Williams, rest in paradise. You know, we will never forget you. What you brought to the Wire world, your character on screen. From all the people we've interviewed, your character off screen. You know, you were what seemed to be a walking angel here on earth. So, you know, rest your soul, your family, blessings to your family. You know, and we just hope, like Michael Kelvin Darnall said, we just hope that you know what you meant to us in terms of what you brought to the screen. You know, we hope that you understand like what you meant to us all. So for sure. So rest in peace, rest in paradise. We appreciate it. Another great episode. Before I wrap, Jack, please tell everybody where they can book you. Give them your IG.
Sure. Jack Simmons at Instagram. Brought to you by Twizzlers this episode. I like Twizzlers. They're a good candy. We'll have them back again. And also brought to you by Sudafed because I've had horrible allergies and the shit.
Bro, are you taking anything else other than Sudafed? Or is it just Sudafed?
Well, I'm taking that for the congestion, but I've been on like Claritin.
Zyrtec is a good one. Zyrtec can make you sleepy.
Yeah.
It works, but it makes you sleepy.
It does. Claritin's the non-drowsy kind.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just as strong, but it works just as good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely take some. So, again, this has been a phenomenal episode. We have a bunch more stuff to bring to you all this summer. I promise you all. I know we say this every video. Jack and I are gonna shoot our top 10 cold opens at some point in 2026. Okay, like we're gonna shoot it at some point in time. So we know we'll get that out to you at some point in time. Whoever you all want us to do a character analysis on next, we're gonna try to run through the whole cast. I mean, I think we have a good time breaking down these characters outside of our recaps. So if you got ideas for who you want us to do next, we have no idea who we're going to do in reference to these character analysis. So if you have a fan favorite that you prefer,
you like Valchek, that is a good idea.
Jack, I don't know why the fuck I want to do Valchek so bad, pause, but like I want to break down that character so bad, man. He was so fucking funny.
He's so funny and he's such
so
like
fucking funny.
He's so repulsive.
He's so little too.
Right.
He's like, you know what, Jack? He's like if Danny DeVito was on The Wire.
Yeah.
Character, it would be Valchek. Like that's how I look at him. You know,
he's this tiny old man who just bosses everyone around.
He was talking so much shit to people, bro. Like, I mean, he's what did he say to Perlman? What did he say? Do you
excuse me, Missy?
Yeah, he was like, excuse me, Missy. And he was like, what about Frank Sabaka? I'm not hearing his name anywhere here, kind of thing. Like we might do his character next, bro. Like I just love Valchek, man. But if y'all have ideas, tap in, please comment. Let us know in the groups, on the comments here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We always shout out our behind the scenes support system, our executive producer, Ms. Donna Adrian Gibson, Miss Debbie Young, Kurt Burke, and our fourth unofficial member, Dan DeLuca. We appreciate all four of you all, everything that you all have done for our channel, all the support behind the scenes. We will always shout you all out and honor you all for believing in us and continuing this journey with us. We thank all of you all. If you all want to book us for any voiceover work or any commercial casting, please reach out to us at wiretappedtruths@gmail.com or contact us at 678-938-5398. Please tap in with us. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. All the people that we have interviewed, all of their links will be in the bio below. So please support. Please check out everything from the Wirecast, the members we've interviewed, and those who we haven't. So again, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Wiretapped Truths. We are signing out. Jack, I'll text you in a little bit, bro.
Word. Sounds good. See you guys.